African American athletes and their impact on sports. Basically, it's going to be an overview of how African American athletes have changed the world of sports, not only in their own sports, but in the African American communities and in the sports world in general. I'm going to first give you a list of athletes that have changed their sport, have become iconic, and are well known for what they've done in the sports world. So, the first person on my list would be Dave Winfield. Dave Winfield was a true athlete. He was he played four different. He was drafted by four different teams in three different sports, which is a true testament to his athleticism. He never played. He didn't play college football, but he was drafted by the Minnesota Vikings. He was also inducted into the Hall of Fame. He played baseball in the MLB and he was great at it. He was inducted to the Hall of Fame for baseball in 2004, and he had a great record in the MLB. So this being said, he was basically not only an icon for African American kids, but any kid, showing that you can play multiple sports and you can excel at those sports. He was great at three different sports, and he was drafted for three different sports by four different teams. So that's just a testament to show how being athletic and using your athleticism to play different sports in high school and college can get you somewhere. For not only African American youth, but white kids as well. The next person on my list would be Bo Jackson, who was known as a ball player. He not only played baseball but football as well, and he was the first person to be in the Hall of Fame for two sports, for two major league sports. He, just like Dave, was very iconic. People looked up to him for being not only a great player in one sport, but two. And he was not only great at them, like he was excellent. He was in the Hall of Fame for two sports. Next would be Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is one of the most iconic people in sports. Not only blacks, but whites as well. He broke the barrier between blacks and whites in his sport, which is golf. So now little black youth are playing golf. Black boys and black girls are playing golf, which wasn't happening before. It's a predominantly white sport. But because Tiger Woods is Tiger Woods and he's playing golf, like, it's influencing other people to play golf as well, other black African American kids to play golf. Tiger Woods not only broke that barrier by playing golf and being known, but he's recognized as one of the best golf players of all time. Next on this list would be Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron was known for being one of the greatest baseball players of all time. He was a home run king before Barry Bonds broke his record, although Barry Bonds was on the juice. But Hank Aaron was an iconic figure. Black people looked up to him. Black African American youth trying to play baseball looked up to him like, I can be that guy. Speaking of baseball players that were iconic, the most iconic black baseball player will probably have to be Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson was the first black player to ever play in the MLB, which was breaking a barrier in itself. But not only was he that, he was also the first African American vice president of a major corporation. So he is showing his intelligence as well as athleticism. So he can go out, he can play MLB, and he can also be a vice president in a major corporation. So young kids looking at that, they're thinking, I can be that guy. I can play baseball, and I can also be intelligent. So his impact on the African American community was not just with his athleticism, but also with his intellect. Next on this list will be Jesse Owens, who is a great runner, a great track and field athlete, but he was also against Hitler-led Germany. His appearance in the 1936 Summer Olympics in Germany was legendary because he was against it. He was against what was happening in Germany, and he wasn't afraid to voice out against it. And he did great in these Olympics. And it's a testimony to what you can do with your athleticism, how you can change the world, basically, how you can speak out against what you don't like, and use your athleticism, use your voice to empower people. Next on this list would be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was a great basketball player, one who absolutely changed the game. But he was also a person who, through his life, he changed his religion. So he's shown others that you can change your ways. You can become a better person. You can make yourself what you want to be. Like, you can be whoever you want to be. So Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is basically like someone you can look at like as an African American male or white male. You can look at him and say, okay, he did it. He wanted to be in the NBA. He did that. But then he wanted to change his ways. He wanted to become a Muslim, and he did that as well. Next would be Jim Brown. Jim Brown is arguably one of the best football players of all time, and he was given that award. But not only was he a great football player, but he's also an activist in the African American community. Jim Brown is known for being an actor as well, and he does great things for the African American community, and he's well looked up to by not only African Americans but whites as well. Now we get to number 2, the second last person on the list. That is Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is one of the most iconic sports players in the world ever, being black or white. His impact on the game of basketball was profound. Everyone knows who Michael Jordan is by how he played basketball, being the greatest of all time. But Michael Jordan was also a very intelligent man as well, starting his own business, the Jordan brand, and also being an icon in different campaigns like the Hanes commercials and Gatorade commercials. Everyone knows Michael Jordan from not only his basketball, but his entrepreneurship. He's also the first African American male to be the sole owner of an NBA team. Lastly on this list we have Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was known for being a great boxer, but he, as well as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, was known for going out and changing his name, becoming Muslim, sharing what he learned with the world. He was also completely against going into the army, and sometimes he had to miss fights because of that. And that is truly iconic of him. Like, people can look up to him and say he sacrificed what he loved for a greater cause. Like, he wanted to show that you don't have to be forced to do something that you don't want to. And he's truly an icon for young athletes, not only black but white as well. Just like most of the people on this list, you can see that they're not only good athletes, but they're intelligent and they have more to offer. So black athletes didn't just change the world of sports, they changed the world. From Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to Michael Jordan to people like Jackie Robinson. Part 2 of my presentation is going to be called the Tiger Effect. And if you couldn't tell already, by the golf club and my white polo shirt, it's about Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods, maybe the most influential player in golf, and one of the most recognizable faces in sports, period. Tiger Woods has brought diversity not only to the players in the game, but the fans of the game as well, having one of the most widespread and diverse followings out of any player ever in the majors. Kids from every golf-playing continent readily admit that Tiger Woods is the reason that they even picked up a golf club in the first place. Before Tiger Woods, the perception was for black people that blacks hated golf and golf hated blacks. Only 800,000 black people played golf recreationally. After Tiger Woods' debut and after his exceptional takeover of the sport of golf, more than 2 million people, 2 million black people now play the game of golf. In college, there are more black players than ever playing, and the amount of black organizations for golf are growing every single year. All of which proves that the Tiger Fact has engaged more blacks in the game since Tiger Woods' debut. Not only has it influenced more blacks, but has influenced other nationalities and other races to join into what was thought to be a predominantly white sport. This being said, leaders at all of the majors recently have been from countries other than the United States. These men were also younger than 30, meaning that they were influenced by a young Tiger Woods who came into the PGA Tour and took over. In his first PGA Tour, Tiger Woods was one face in the middle of 97 other white faces, the only black man to ever play in the PGA Tour, and he took that tour by storm. 10 years later, in 2006, Tiger Woods lost his father. He took a 9-week leave of absence from the game and came back and was a little rusty. However, in that same year, he won 6 consecutive tour titles. Tiger Woods is now one of the most successful golf players of all time. He uses this not only to empower himself, better himself, but to better others. His foundation, the Tiger Woods Foundation, has interacted with over 70,000 players from all over the world. These players get to watch him play, get to learn skills from him and other pro golf teachers, but also get to learn fundamental life lessons like honesty and loyalty. One of the junior golf directors at Tiger Woods Foundation said Tiger Woods is an idol to all of these kids. He's a mentor to them. This year, he has talked to 25 of these students one-on-one. Not only this, but these players are becoming juniors in the golfing world and getting better and better. In 2011, the first black player after Tiger Woods emerged in the scene of pro golf. He, along with Tiger Woods, are the only black players to ever play in a PGA Tour. Thank you for watching. That's about all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed my introduction on African Americans and their impact on sports and the world in general.